Hi, I'm Annie Griffiths. I'm a National Geographic photographer and author of National Geographic's new book, Simply Beautiful Photographs. I think the elements that make a photograph beautiful are a combination of the classic elements of light, of composition, and moment. And then you can add to that the elements of color, of time, and then wonder. I've been able to really dig deeply into our archive, and I find so many pictures, many of which have never been published, that really deserve to be seen.
I'm David Duboulay. I'm an underwater photographer. Of the 3 photographs of mine that are in this book, my favorite is the sea lions of South Australia. They're a very endangered species and extraordinarily friendly. They're more like golden retrievers. It was a glorious, glorious 40 minutes with them. I was looking at light. I was looking at the way the light struck the green meadow of grass. I was looking at the way the light glinted off the sea lion's fur underwater. And they came together, and for one frame, one moment, they made this picture.
I'm Jody Cobb. Well, I quite like the photograph of the woman sitting in the cafe in Florence, Italy. I was doing a story on love and what it means in different cultures around the world. And I was walking by a cafe, and I was drawn to the sort of the gesture of the leg and the way that her white skirt draped over her leg. So I just snapped a few pictures, and then when I saw that the newspaper she was reading, which was actually a greeting card that was sent to her, said "I love you" on it. It was just sort of the bonus. It was the prize of that photograph.
My name is Michael Melford. They're shot in the book from Maine. I was in a helicopter at sunrise, and I had been studying the weather, watching the weather for days and days. Actually went to the place where there was some fog, and the sun had come up and it was hitting that fog, and the trees were casting a shadow towards me in the fog. So if you look at the picture, I'm shooting into the sun.
My name is Cece Brunberg. I'm Danish, and I work for National Geographic as a photographer. This garden where the picture is taken is from Prince Potemkin's garden in St. Petersburg. And here was this woman sitting on a bench together with her fairly young infant, and of course she had no idea of how much of the image I was including. She didn't know she was in the picture herself. And then she's just looking down into the bassinet at the same time as I was taking the image, and that's of course what really worked because of her proudness and motherly feelings that are really coming through in the image.
My name is Jim Blair. I walked over from the hotel, the big international hotel in Dhaka, towards the bridge that overlooks the Mahadani River. As I approached the bridge, I could hear laughter down below, and I thought to myself, something's going on that's probably pretty good. And I peeked over the edge of the bridge, and I saw that the kids who take care of the water buffaloes had finished their work and were swimming in the river and having a good time. And just then, one of the boys who was playing leapt off, did a backflip off the back of the water buffalo, and bam, 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 and the picture was in the can.
This book, Simply Beautiful, is full of photographs that have gestures in it. There are decisive moments in nature and decisive moments on the pulse of the planet, not just in the way that humans behave toward each other or juxtapositional moments. And the book has these beautiful moments.
I think anyone who's interested in photography can become more and more visually literate in the pursuit of beautiful photographs. It's kind of like music in that someone who studies music and practices music hears more when they listen to a symphony. Likewise with photography, the more you pay attention to it, look at other people's photographs, photograph yourself, get creative, understand your craft, the more successful images you're going to be able to make.